Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. Sorry to hear the sad news. That's all the contrived pity that New York Judge Arthur Engoron could muster after President Trump's lawyers asked for a slight pause in his civil case following the death of his mother-in-law due to an undisclosed illness earlier this week. Despite being very close with Melania's mother, Judge Engoron broke normal protocol to deny President Trump's request, and so closing arguments are continuing like normal today. Many are calling this TV-ready, Democrat-donating judge absolutely soulless for the way in which he is treating the Trumps following such a deep personal loss. I doubt the judge would treat any other defendant in the same way. But the judge has already gone above and beyond in this case to gag Trump stealing his First Amendment rights and to unilaterally rule on Mar-a-Lago's value to pretend that President Trump was somehow a fraudster. Again, what kind of fraudster pays back all of his bank loans on time and with interest, and was the one that the banks were trying to poach because they were dying to have him as their client? Oh, and the Mar-a-Lago property that's supposedly worth around, $18 million or so, according to this random judge, sits next to empty lots which are on the market for well over $100 million. So if an empty lot down the street is going for that much, it's not a stretch to say that the fully built-out mini White House in Florida is at least worth well over $200 million. But of course, this case was never about the truth, given from what we've heard from New York State AG Letitia James for years now. The whole case was designed to strip President Trump and his family of one of their most lucrative businesses in New York. That's all. They're trying to bankrupt him and throw him in prison just to get him out of their way. And to add insult to injury, the judge won't even let President Trump give his own last thoughts during the closing arguments. The judge says he doesn't want President Trump bringing up other irrelevant points and criticisms. But that sounds to me like Judge Engoron doesn't want to hear the truth. He has a predetermined conclusion in mind, and nothing will be allowed to get in the way of that. So instead, President Trump had to deliver his remarks today outside the courthouse to the media. Watch.
Well, thank you very much. As you know, we consider this an unconstitutional witch hunt. It's election interference at the highest level. It's a disgrace. It's in coordination with the White House and Joe Biden, because he can't win a campaign fairly. And we're going through it, but it is indeed a terrible witch hunt. We're going to have a news conference a little bit later on. As you know, I want to speak. I want to make the summation. At this moment, the judge is not letting me make the summation because I'll bring up things that he doesn't want to hear. And it's a very unfair trial. Nobody's seen anything like this. I don't think they've ever seen anything like this. We have a situation where a statute was used that doesn't give me a jury, so I have no jury. I really have no rights, and it's and nobody thinks it's constitutional. Legal scholars are writing about it like it's something they've never seen before. So it's interference, it's political interference, and it's something that shouldn't be allowed.
Joining us now to discuss is Riley Moore, West Virginia State Treasurer and a candidate to represent West Virginia's 2nd Congressional District. Riley, thanks for being here tonight.
Kara, thank you so much for having me on.
Great. So what do you make of the judge's decision on this after the passing of President Trump's own mother-in-law?
Well, I think it was correctly put as soulless. And as President Trump just pointed out, we've never seen something like this before. But to put a finer point on it, we've never seen something like this before in the United States. We've seen this in third world countries and banana republics before, but we are watching now in public an election trying to be stolen by the Democrat Party, and every apparatus that they have at their disposal right now, they are using. They're using the courts. They're trying to throw him off the ballot. They're going to Secretary of States around the country. They are trying to steal this election. That is what is happening right now, because they know President Trump will be elected in 2024 this year if they don't stop him. And look, I think that this is an absolute tragedy what's happening, where his mother-in-law passes away. This is a very common practice where they're asked to have some time to be able to grieve with a loss like this. And of course, they deny that because they're trying to torture this man in every way they can. They're trying to take his assets. They're trying to take his wealth. And now they're trying to humiliate him and obviously inflict what seems to be emotional damage on him. But President Trump is harder than nails. I think he's going to continue to trudge along.